Greetings and welcome back to Beaver Branch Disc Golf Adventures. I'm Brian Morris, PDJ 16791. Today we have a special disc comparison. We're going to be comparing the Kristin Tattar Saint to the Westside Bear. We have it in the VIP iced plastic, and we also have it in the Moonshine plastic. The Bears are all 173 and the Saint Pro is 174. The numbers on the Bear are going to be speed 8, glide 6, turn of negative 0.5, and a fade of 2.5. The numbers on the Saint Pro are going to be speed 8, glide 5, turn of negative 0.5, and a fade of 2. So we should see a little bit less fade on this. I do want to say that this plastic on this Orbit Saint Pro Kristin Tattar is really nice. I thought it was going to be super stiff, but it's got some pretty good grip to it. And the rim is 8 speed, so it almost feels like a 7. But that's enough for me. Let's go out and see how they fly.
Okay, here we have a look at the gold Orbit Saint Pro on the left and the VIP Ice First Run Bear on the right. You can see the differences there in the parting lines. And when flipped upside down, you can see that the Saint Pro definitely has more dome. The VIP Ice Bears came out relatively flat in comparison to the Moonshine Bears, which have a little bit more dome. As you can see here, Moonshine VIP on the right and the Saint Pro on the left. As always, we're going to start off with a hyzer shot. This basket that I'm shooting towards is about 300 to 320 feet away, and just looking to really get it out there and get warmed up. We're going to go Saint Pro first, then Moonshine Bear second, and VIP Ice Bear third for each round. So you see here on the hyzer release, not too much of a difference.
Before we check out those shots, I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, Trilogy Talk, helping me get these discs that I can review. Check them out at Trilogy Talk. Use the code Morris22 to get 5% off. Could cut the shipping down. All orders over $30 ship for free. Check them out. Unique discs and exclusive clothing from the Trilogy lineup.
All right, now checking out those shots, you can see they all landed in a similar area. I believe the Saint Pro is the first one we saw, and then Moonshine Bear was the last one there. Now we're going to go flat release and see what we can get. And you can see the Saint Pro here straightens out a bit with dependable fade. And the flight numbers are so close on these two molds that I thought that they would be pretty similar. And what you're going to see is off that same release, they land very close to one another. Previously, the VIP Ice, I believed, was more stable than the Moonshine, but they seem to be flying about the same now. And they're all brand new discs. So here's our spread here. We got the Moonshine, the Saint Pro, and the VIP Ice. Here we're going to go on an Anheuser release, and I apologize that you can't see the full flight too well. I zoomed in a bit. It did hold the line. It didn't quite like get over, like it wasn't going to roll, but it definitely stretched out really good. All three molds. This is the Moonshine Bear, and it definitely held the line and was a really nice shape. And then lastly, the VIP Ice, just fully committing, getting it over, and it was a nice, long, drawn out left to right Anheuser shot. And all of these discs were within 35 feet of this basket that I was shooting towards. That's the Saint Pro back there deep. This is the Moonshine Bear there on the left. We're going to throw it flat here, 85 to 90%. Just want to see a good fairway drive type shot. Trying to straighten it a little bit. Maybe forcing it over a tad. And then trying to do the same release. That was the Saint Pro first. Now we're going to go with the VIP Moonshine. And you can see it fights its way back on the slight flex line. And last but not least, the VIP Ice Bear. And definitely all three have dependable stability out of the box. All landing very close in the same vicinity as one another on all of those drives. Now we're going to toss a couple forehands. Forehand is not my forte, but I like to do them out here at the reviews to see how the discs fly. Saint Pro getting it there over a little bit, but definitely dependably comes back with that stability. Next is the Moonshine Bear. A little bit more height here, allows it to fade back a little bit more and get a little bit more distance. And the VIP Ice Bear. So try to get a consistent flight on those. The VIP Ice Bear and the Saint Pro landed about the same distance, and the Moonshine, which had a little bit more height, faded out and got a little bit further along. This is round 2 on the forehand shots, trying to put a little bit more on it and trying to get it down a little bit more to snap it straight. And Saint Pro, I get that one over a little bit more on that particular throw. Up next, the Moonshine Bear. Kind of lofted that one up. Again, just getting the forehand shots in here. Not necessarily my forte, although I will say pretty dependable stability and flight for the forehand. Taking a look at that spread, that was probably my worst batch of shots on the day. All right, the grand finale here, I'm going to try to throw some distance shots. I know this is a fairway driver, but I think that all three of these can fly pretty far. So we're going to take a look at the Saint Pro here. Trying to get it out there, and you can see it didn't curl over. I don't know what my maximum arm speed is. I'm guessing it's somewhere between 55 and 60 miles per hour. So I'm not the hardest thrower in the world. That was the Moonshine Bear. And again, all three of these, a very dependable flight on a 100% power for me. You take that up a notch to 65, 70 miles per hour, and those might be turning over a bit more. Take a look at the spread here. We got the Saint Pro, which came in at 370 feet. We have the VIP Ice Bear, which went 365. Thank you, U-Disc, using the GPS on the U-Disc. And then the Moonshine Bear going 393.
All right, quick final thoughts. The Saint Pro. I am so glad that they put this back in production. This is a very nice fairway driver, I think, for all skill levels. Obviously, pros like Johnny McRae, Kristin Tattar are throwing the Saint Pro. It's very similar to the Bear. I would say that the Saint Pro is a little bit domier, but has very similar flight characteristics. From the runs, the VIP Bear is definitely got the flattest profile. The Moonshine Bear came out with a little bit more dome, but in general, these are all great fairway drivers. They seem very dependable, and definitely get your hands on them. Check out Trilogy Talk, Morris 22. Get that 5% off anything over $30. Ships for free. Get to it. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.